United have agreed a fee of £18 million with Leicester City for their goalkeeper, Mads Hermansen, and yes, I am delighted. Now, the cautious thing to do would be for me to play it down at this point and say, oh yeah, he's a really good goalkeeper. I'm really pleased he's coming to West Ham. Scrap that. Colours en masse. I am buzzing. This is the goalkeeper I was hoping we'd get all summer. And do you know what? I'm going to say it. This is the goalkeeper I thought we'd get all summer. I flinched a little bit on Monday because of the John Victor stuff. And we're going to get on to John as well because there's a second story here. But the big one is we are signing Hermansen. I've always believed that this would be our goalkeeper. And I'm really pleased he's going to be. He's good enough to come in and automatically boot Ariel out the team. I think he goes straight into our first 11. I think he instantly improves our first 11 as well. And for a fee of 18 million, I think we've done all right with that transfer fee, actually. And I know there was some talk Leicester wanted 30, 35 million. But these things are pitched unrealistically. It's a bit like Southampton. It was a few months ago, it was a 100 million. Now they're trying to sell him for 50 million, right? So Leicester would have done the same. Said 30, but knowing they were going to get, I'd say closer to 20. Turns out they got less than 20. But I thought he would go for between 20 and 25 million. That was my prediction, I guess, in terms of price tag. So for 18, I think we've done all right. I think we're getting a good goalkeeper, a good fee. And if everything works out, touch wood, it could be our number one for quite some time. We're talking, a decade maybe. All being well, ideal. It could go on to be that long that he could stay at West Ham United for. I'm really, really pleased with this one. Really, really pleased. This has proper perked me up a little bit because I was a little bit worried with what we were doing because of the John rumours and stuff like that. Now, like I said, that's no criticism of him. It's just because I don't know him, so it's hard for me to get excited when we sign players I don't know. I'm looking forward to him, like Juve, for example. Buzzing, Porter got his man. Looking forward to seeing what he can do in Claret and Blue. But that's as far as I couldn't sit here and go, oh, he's going to be an excellent signing for one. And the truth is, I don't know. So it was a bit like that with John. But with Hermansen, because I feel like I know him really well, I can sit here and say, do you know what? I'm confident he will be a success at West Ham. I'm really, really happy. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and please do drop a like on the video as well. We could get 1,500 likes. Let's do the YouTube game. If you're happy with us signing Hermansen, or you're happy with us not signing John, or you're just happy we're getting a goalkeeper, do drop a like on the video. That'd be much appreciated. Anyway, medical, I'd imagine it'll be tomorrow or something. Apparently it's 90% done, according to a senior source, who I would assume is David Sullivan. So, to me, that means medical, right? Anyway, hopefully he'll be a West Ham player very, very soon. Do you know what I would like? I hope none of us... I appreciate I'm in the game, right? I'm not going to pretend I do not benefit from transfer rumours. I do. Every fan channel benefits from transfer rumours. Even fan channels who do videos saying they're not going to discuss transfer rumours, that's a video about transfer rumours. Every fan channel benefits from transfer rumours, right? But what would be nice if it just went hush. And on Saturday, at 2:45, at the London Stadium, 15 minutes before kick-off in the Boyle Sports Cup, Hermansen came out with, is it green? Orange? A big, bright orange goalkeeper shirt, and he was announced on the pitch on Saturday. I think that still might happen, by the way. We're just going to get the running commentary from the journalists and in the nose as we go along. But if you're going on Saturday, you may get to see our new signing on the pitch. I hope you do. Anyway, I say hope you do. I won't get to see it, but I hope it happens because it means we've signed Hermansen. Can you tell I'm buzzing? I'm not hiding. By the way, I've got no shame here. I am not going to pretend and play this down and be like, oh yeah, just in case he turns out to be really crap and I look stupid. I've done that plenty of times on YouTube. I'm going to look stupid plenty of times in future as well. I'm buzzing. Hermansen, get in. Delighted. Anyway, the second story is about John. Now, Botafogo are trying to save face a little bit for, or on behalf of John, really, by saying the player has chose to stay at the club. But ultimately, that's not true, because a source close to John Victor said the player was at Rio Airport waiting to travel to finalise the move. West Ham pulled out in the 11th hour with the deal agreed, leaving Victor in limbo. West Ham's conduct is nothing short of disgraceful. Well, where you see Frankfurt and CSKA and Sporting, Botafogo, clubs that probably won't deal with us again in the transfer window or transfer market whilst this lot are still in charge. Clubs pissed off with West Ham, so much so they might not pick up the phone to us. Botafogo, let's hope we don't want any Brazilians anytime soon. I appreciate people say it's business. And you could argue, and I would argue, it's worked. Because the deal between West Ham and Leicester was felt like it was stalling a little bit. An agent has presented John to the club. We've decided to begin negotiations. Not only have we begun negotiations, we've agreed a deal with Botafogo. So much so, Botafogo have gone and signed John's replacement. They've gone and got Neto from Bournemouth. His replacement is signed. He's at the club. And now, John is staying. And then there's the John side of it, which was he was at the airport ready to leave. He was ready to get the flight. I wonder how long. I appreciate this is... I'll get back to my point in a second. But just, I'm in a good mood, right? Entertain me. I wonder how far away he was from boarding. Like 10 minutes, do you reckon it was 10 minutes we were getting the plane? A couple of hours? How early was he? Wonder if he had an airport pint. Probably not ahead of a medical. That would be unwise, wouldn't it? It's a good pint though, isn't it? Before your holiday, the airport pint. See, officially, you're not on holiday. It's when you touch down, that's the holiday, isn't it? But I always think the holiday begins at the airport when you have a pint. Not when you get in a taxi, not when you're on the way to the airport. That's not it. That's travelling to the holiday. And the plane is travelling too. But I don't think it's travelling to the holiday. I think it's travelling to the destination. For me, holiday begins with the airport pint. Anyway, I'm coming back full circle. I'm in a good mood. I've got a sore head. It's sunny again. It's warm. We're signing Hermansen. I am buzzing. Anyway, John. I feel a bit sorry for him because, do you know something? As I always say, he's been played. I'm going to take my silly badge off now. I just wanted to make a point that I predicted this all summer, and I am a proud NITK. Proud NITK. Got it more correct than the ITKs. It's in the bin now. As I always say, John got played. I don't actually think he did. My belief is, and I don't know. I'm guessing, but my predictions haven't been too bad, right? My guess is that if we didn't sign Hermansen, we would sign John. And that he was our sort of backup. And therefore, because they weren't sure if they would get a deal agreed with Leicester City, they've gone full on with Botafogo, they've gone full on with John, with the expectation is that we may have to sign him if we don't get something done with Hermansen. Now, of course, they would have been using that to get Leicester to lower their demands, and it's worked. We're getting him for 18 million. It's worked. But there is a bit of a cost there, and I do have a bit of sympathy. And like I said, I appreciate people say it's business, doesn't matter, get over it. But there's still a human at the end of it, at the other side of it, in Rio Airport, waiting to get on a plane to come to West Ham, possibly earn triple the salary he's currently on or something. And we've just taken away from him like that. Bit harsh, maybe. I think you could have maybe done the interest in John. You didn't have to agree a deal with Botafogo, but like I said, that's what makes me think that perhaps our interest was genuine and we would have signed him if we didn't sign Hermansen. And unfortunately, I think John and Botafogo are victims of Leicester City lowering their demands today, essentially, in the deal. So I've got some, like I said, I do feel sorry for him. I do. But ultimately, it depends what you believe. You either believe he was a pawn and we had no intention of buying him at all ever, and therefore they've played him. Or you believe, like myself, which is our interest was sincere. We would have signed him had we not agreed something with Leicester, but because we did that gets knocked out. And it will happen all the time in football. It will happen all the time in football. I just think that when you're using them as a bit of a blag or a threat, as Sullivan does when it comes to getting midfielders, it's called William Carvalho from Sporting, you don't necessarily go through with the actual bidding process. You just get linked to them in the press. You might even make a bid, but you make a bid so low that you've got no intention of buying them. You don't agree a deal. I don't think we've done that before. Maybe we have. Someone will tell me if I'm wrong. But that's why I'm willing to give the club the benefit of the interest and assume that that was genuine, and that if we didn't get Hermansen, we'd get him in. But we're getting Hermansen. Hopefully the medical goes all right, because if not, I'm not so sure we ring up Botafogo and go, by the way, that deal we had, is it still on? I'm not sure. I think if that was our number 2 target, I think we've lost him. So we don't get Hermansen, he doesn't pass the medical, who had surgery not too long ago, then I think we might be in trouble. A little spot of bother. Mr. Zetterer, how do you fancy a move to the Premier League? But anyway, listen, hopefully we hear nothing. Likely, we're going to hear something tomorrow about his medical and stuff like that. But I'm pleased. I am really pleased. Get Hermansen in. Big upgrade on Ariel as far as I'm concerned. Time to focus on the midfield. We've got 8 days till we take on Sunderland. This is good. He might not get a play against Lille. I'll be impressed if the club can get this done. If the club can get this done so that he can play on Saturday, that would be very beneficial to him and the defence. Because do you put him in after 1 week of training? I'll discuss it with Gonzo in the Sunderland preview next week if we sign him. But anyway, Mads Hermansen is nearly a hammer, £18 million. I am delighted. This is the guy I've been wanting all summer. This is the guy I thought we'd get all summer. And apparently, this is the guy that Potter wanted, well, since Casper Ankergren joined. But he got his main man at left wing back in El Hadji Malik Diouf. And he looks like he's waiting to get his main man for the number 1 shirt as well. This is good. This is good. But that's all. We've still got a lot more to do to have a great window. But for now, I'm happy. Hermansen to West Ham. I always say, here we go. That's Fabrizio. I need a phrase. No, I'm going to stick with my phrase that I've been coming up with this summer. Hermansen to West Ham. Get him to the ball.